Thanks, Merc, and hello, Deviants! The GT3 World Championship kicked off this weekend with racers bringing college sports-themed liveries while visiting the beautiful mountains of Fuji, Japan, and taking on 35 laps of the treacherous racetrack that lay in their shadow. The season was long, but it concluded here. From the start, Junkai held the total point lead both individually and as a member of Team Porsche. He also held pole for this race. In his elegant Chanticleer livery, whose hopes of joining the Power 5 will never come true, by the way, he was joined by the likes of Cyclones, Hawkeyes, and Tigers. Oh my! Despite claiming that he would be in third place by turn 3, fooling absolutely no one, Junkai led the pack right from the start on hard tires with Zen 3000, Chaotica, and Besso behind, followed by Floody on the softs. With an early safety car on the horizon, mandatory hard tires, and a full 40 minutes of uninterrupted racing looming, the drivers had to settle their strategy and stick with it to deliver one final performance before the upcoming series merger. A three-way battle for fourth place on lap 4 ensued as Floody led Chaotica down the straight with Dirksy right behind. Chaotica took to the open air and was a bit late on the brakes, causing a fender bender with Floody. A patient Dirksy then seized the opportunity and jumped from 6th to 4th in the blink of an eye. Huge Jar saw the fight ahead and caught the slow-moving battle and was quickly dragged into the fray, going from 7th to 11th in the span of a sector as Mercury, Slug, and Thrasher were banging bodies in the back. With Anatole eyeing them up and paired with an early pit stop, he found himself at the back of the field. Following the safety car, everyone dove into the pit lane except Jar Jar Binks, and on the restart he was quickly pounced on by Besso and Junkai. Thrasher and Slug got into a catfight, resulting in them staring down a big gap to make up with lots of time left. Zen got caught up on the rumble strips as well, losing 2 spots in the process. There was plenty of time left and the race is still anyone's game, as we all know how tough Fuji is in Sector 3. Jar did his best Fernando Alonso 2022 Monaco impression, holding up the pack and letting Junkai and Besso storm away from the rest. Junkai was on inferior tires, but still set the best lap over Besso's soft compound. Besso pitted and dropped to the midfield, and Junkai never really looked back. Mercury played the long game and was able to work his way to the front despite driving the majority of the race in the back, and Zen joined him there. The pack of 3, who started battling with each other, ended battling with each other. Maxwell tried to make a final push on softs to no avail. Wrapping up the GT3 World Series, Junkai takes championship in first place, winning his 3rd consecutive GT3 trophy. Congratulations! Besso took the silver both in the race and overall standings. Mercury took home the bronze after a patient race with Zen and Dirksy following. 3rd overall finish for the series belongs to Zen, with Mercury's solid performance in this race yielding not quite enough points to catch up. In team standings, Team Porsche walked away with the Constructors' Cup thanks to Junkai, Floody, and Slug having a phenomenal season. Led by Besso, Team Nissan took the silver, with Anatole and Thrasher helping secure the podium. And oh, how the mighty have fallen as Team Ford could not hang on to 3rd. Mercury's finish today propelled Team Mercedes to the bronze, with Chaotica and Jar being the perfect teammates to make that happen. That's a wrap for Season 2.2 of GT3 World. It was long, featured many new track selections, and saw some new drivers join as well. All eyes look ahead to the upcoming series merger, and to the September 24th qualifying session where we'll see who's placed where. GT3 Sport was also visiting Japan this weekend and featured a fierce battle for first place. Unfortunately, Soler was unable to race, making this a two-way fight for the gold between Victor and Zanshin, with newcomer Thundermouse getting into the mix as well. We raced with a small field of 8 drivers this weekend on a gloomy afternoon in Suzuka, with mandatory soft tires. Vic took pole by a full second on Berman, with Dirksy and Thrasher sitting on the second row behind them. From the jump, Vic took it to Berman early, driving right to his edge, applying pressure immediately. Thundermouse's debut took a tragic turn as he entered the S's, hit the dirt, and almost took Anatole with him. This saw a big gap ahead open up and guaranteed him a lonely race. The heartbreaks continued fast and furious as shortly afterwards Anatole suffered an engine failure, resulting in an early DNF. Vic had an early fastest lap with Berman right on his tail as pairs formed across the track. A little further down the order, Thrasher was racing with Dirksy while Saito and Golden Oracle were doing the dance as well. Golden Oracle took the first pit of the day, dropping him to last as he got his softs out of the way. Saito followed shortly afterwards on the same strategy, as did Vic, who left the pit right behind Dirksy in 3rd place. Berman tried to build the gap, but got caught in a blue flag scuffle with Golden Oracle, giving a big ol' shove off the track in the process. Thrasher and Dirksy's mediums gave out at the same time and they entered the pits one after the other. Berman's tires went off shortly after, allowing Vic's insanely consistent laps to reclaim first place. But for how long? Vic had to pit again and found himself behind Berman once more. Meanwhile, Tough Luck found Thundermouse for the 2nd time in the race with a crankshaft failure ending his day on lap 17. Vic caught Berman again and their game of cat and mouse continued until Berman boxed as the window to make a final push started to close. Elsewhere on the track, Thrasher and Dirksy continued to have a tight battle for the final podium. Vic finished his all-soft tire strategy and left the pit with 13 minutes remaining in the race, exiting a second behind Berman. They battled intensely, turning up the heat and waiting for each other to crack. On lap 25, Vic snuck by Berman with 10 minutes remaining. From there, it was all taillights as Berman saw Vic pull away a bit more with every lap. It was an amazing display of driving skill from our racers. In the end, Vic took first place with a 4-second gap to Berman in second. This is without a doubt one of the all-time best battles for first in Deviant history. With over a full minute gap to the next driver, Dirksey pulled in the final spot of the podium for third place. With this victory, Vic is the overall champion of the GT3 Sports Series with 86 points. Berman comes in second with 84 points. The 2-point difference between these two racers is essentially the difference between a fastest lap or one position change. Truly a fierce competition. Soler finishes in third with 66 points on the season. That's a wrap for GT3 Sports Series. Our drivers will soon join forces with the GT3 World Series in an epic new season starting soon. Congratulations to our winners, and thank you to all of our drivers. We'll see you on the track next season.